Self-sabotaging. What is it and how does it apply to you? So, self-sabotaging can be kind of a deep topic depending on the person and their circumstances. One of the things about self-sabotaging is that it's completely outside of that person's awareness. If it's not outside of their awareness and they're self-sabotaging, it's usually not called self-sabotaging. That's just sabotaging. But the kind of self sabotaging that I'm talking about is typically with people who, again, it's outside of their awareness. They're not sure that they are even doing it, and especially why these kinds of things are happening to them. For example, people will break up in relationships all the time, and then they'll go, "Why does this keep happening to me?" Or they will fail in their business ventures and things like that, which does happen. But a lot of times, people will admit certain behaviors in order to sabotage that business venture, and then kind of ask themselves why that keeps failing. One of the ways that people self sabotage is simply by not trying or not giving their full effort and energy into whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. Some people have an extreme fear of failure, and so in order to not go through with whatever it is that they want to go through with, they will sabotage it so that they don't have that level of fear anymore. I'll even see self-sabotaging when it comes to trying to improve a person's mental health. Sometimes I'll see people who will want to overcome their mental health, issues and things like that, but they will also always, it seems like, have something that is in the way of them being able to accomplish or even try out some of the things that are being suggested in order to help their mental health out. I think most of the time that I see it, and you guys might have a different experience, but most of the time when I see it, it's usually in relationships. It's usually when it comes to things that are more emotionally connecting. Because I view it as kind of a defense mechanism, relationships are a perfect example of how, the emotion can become very attached. And then that's when other emotions like fear and anxiety can come up, is when it comes to relationships. So, one of the ways to identify if you are self sabotaging is simply to be able to ask yourself, am I self sabotaging? And then try to really be honest with yourself when it comes to the answer. You might try to convince yourself that you're not, but if you have a pattern of behaviors and a pattern of certain thoughts and beliefs that continuously happen, and the same types of things happen in each of your relationships, more than likely you're bringing those about. And then if the relationship fails, and it might seem like it's the other person's fault, if you really look at yourself, sometimes you can go, well, maybe I'm the one that's kind of pushing people away. It goes back to that other video that I made. That's a form of self-sabotaging, is pushing people away and making sure that they don't get too close to you. Or if they get too far away, then you grab them and try to pull them back. That's just prolonging the self-sabotaging if you don't know that that's what you're doing. So obviously, a big component of understanding self-sabotaging is being able to be self-aware of what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're thinking, why are things happening the way that they are, and really taking a good look at yourself and not just the outcome. While the outcome is important as well, of course. Anyways, let me know what you guys' thoughts are about self-sabotaging. How have you seen it happen in your life? Do you have a tendency to self-sabotage? If so, why? What are some of the other defense mechanisms that you might see with yourself or other people when it comes to self-sabotaging? I could make this video probably 2 hours long and go over the laundry list of ways that people self-sabotage. It's just not going to do any of us any good, and nobody wants to listen to a 2-hour lecture about that. But Trust me, there are plenty more examples of how people can self-sabotage when it comes to school, when it comes to finances, when it comes to, obviously, like I said, relationships. This is just off the top of my head right now. When it comes to um, not just relationships with other people that are your peers, but relationships within families. This could be, you could sabotage just about anything in your life that you want. Sabotaging your goals, your New Year's resolutions, and there's a whole bunch. So, anyways, I'll leave that with you, and thank you for listening.